Hi guys. This is work from section 9.2. Two problems were requested, number 22 and number 26. So I'm going to go ahead and go over those as best I can with this whiteboard tonight. Now, the first problem has got a 45-45-90 triangle on the left side and a 30-60-90 triangle on the right side. Hopefully everybody can see that. What I did is I split them into two separate triangles. First, I'm going to start with the 45-45-90. The formulas are A root 2. Well, as you can see, if this is A root 2 and this is 20 root 2, then A has to be 20. So that means that both of these would be 20 here and here, which now means that this A value, this dashed line, is 20. Now, once that is 20, we can go to our 30-60-90 triangle. Our right angle is right there. This is now 20. If that's 20 and our formulas, I'll go ahead and just use X for the formulas, are opposite the 30-degree angle is X, opposite the hypotenuse is 2X, and here opposite the 60-degree angle, that's X root 3. So I'm going to take the X equals 20, I'm going to plug it in here and get 40, and I'm going to plug it in over here and get 20 root 3. So now we should have all of our values for the problem. We have A is 20, we have B is 40, this hypotenuse, C is 20, and D is 20 root 3. All right, I'm going to move on to the next problem. Let me go ahead and get that one set up. This problem is number 26. Number 26 had a triangle within a triangle. And this is 26. I don't have the number, but it is also from section 9.2. All right, it has a triangle with 30 degrees and my number that's given, okay. And a triangle with 45 degrees. Sorry, I almost forgot what I was starting with. This is 20 feet. And this is your right angle. They're asking you for two things. They're asking you for the length of this brace, and they're asking you for the length between these two braces. So let's start with the 45-45. If we have a 45-45-90 with 20 feet as its hypotenuse, then these sides are X, X, and X root 2. Well, this is the situation where you would have to divide by root 2 and rationalize. So if 20 is equal to X root 2 and you divide by root 2, you get 20 divided by root 2 for your X value. Well, luckily in this case, we don't really need to rationalize it. This is 20 divided by root 2. If you did rationalize it, that would also be 10 root 2. I'll write that on the side. 10 root 2 or 20 divided by root 2. They didn't actually ask for that segment, so it doesn't really matter if you have put it in rational form or not. Now, looking at the other measurements that you need, once we have that, that is also gives us, I apologize, this is supposed to go all the way over here. That also gives us 10 root 2 or 20 root 2 for this side, because it's a 45-45-90 and these two sides are identical. So that is the same number for both of those sides. So now we can look at our 30-60-90 triangle now that we have that side. Our 30, 60, 90 triangle is the large triangle. And now we know the bottom is 10 root 2 or 20 divided by root 2 if you did not rationalize it. That's your 30-degree angle. So this is your x value. This is your 2x value at the hypotenuse. And this is the x root 3 side, which we're looking for, which will be the whole length going all the way across there. Now, we can just take this value, and since they asked us to round to the nearest tenth, we can take 10 root 2 or 20 root 2 and double it. If we doubled it to get this brace, which is our first answer, 10 root 2 doubled would be 20 root 2. And then if we decided to leave it not rational, if you doubled it, it would be 40 divided by root 2. Either one of those, when you put it into your calculator and round it, is 28.3. So that's our approximate answer for the first brace that goes all the way down. Now, the second answer, they're looking for the difference between these two because we only want this portion, not the whole side, but only the difference between those two braces. So once we take this x value and we put it in front of root 3, well, we either would get 10 root 2 times root 3, which is 10 root 6. We could put that in the calculator to get this measure, or we can take 20 root 2 and multiply by root 3. Okay. And you can put this in your calculator, either the 10 root 6 or the 20 root 2 divided by root 3. Both of those will end up giving you the value you need, which needs to be minus 20 root 2 here. Or here. Either one of those, when you take this length, 20 root 2 divided by 3 minus 20 over root 2, looks a little complicated there. The simplified version is better because it's 10 root 6 minus 20 root 2. Both that would give you 10.4. Personally, I like to rationalize it because this looks a lot, that's just a lot messier. There's a lot more numbers to put in your calculator. Here you just have 10 root 6 for that length, 10 root 2 for this length, and 10 root 6 minus 10 root 2. That keeps it simple. If you don't have your calculator at home, feel free to use the Desmos calculator. Just choose scientific. It's really easy to type in. All right, send me some more problems if you need it.